So guys, I'm actually going into my 5th week here in Antalya, and I was mentally losing my mind. I slightly overestimated how easy it would be to stay in one place and play so many tournaments. Now the reason why players do this is to be in the same place, have the same environment, the same balls, and obviously be able to try and get the best results out there. But mentally I was fried going into this week. I'd played every single week of doubles and singles, and I think that going into this week I knew that it was going to be a real uphill battle. During the weeks, one of the main things that I was focusing on was my nutrition. I knew that if I'm eating good, I'm going to feel good, so I was having a lot of plates with a lot of fruit, a lot of protein, a lot of carbs. When you're at these tournaments, eating healthily for me is a key. My first round was against a Turkish player who was winning a lot of national tournaments in Turkey, so let's see how that went. So like I said, in this first round of qualifying, playing a Turkish player, Mert, he decided to serve first. It was raining slightly on and off through this match, so the conditions were going to be slower than usual. So I knew just moving the ball around nicely, mixing up the pace, the tempo, the height was going to be kind of important. You know, I really like that forehand, getting my opponent off the court, and you know, you can see me here going up here, chance for an early break and being nice and aggressive. I think showing assertiveness in these opening stages was super important. And as you can see, just really playing super free, crunching the ball, hitting the lines, was really building some good confidence. He also had a strong serve. It was pinpoint to a lot of the places, and it kind of put a lot of pressure on me. And I think sometimes it kind of forced me, you know, in these points to be on the back foot. And especially, I think it's very easy to, you know, when you're up in the beginning of this match, to get a little bit too confident, a little bit too aggressive. And as you can see there, a little bit too impatient, and making one or two mistakes that really don't need to be made. I think it can be saved if it has to. And again, coming forward to the net here to really try and close off the points as fast as possible. In my head, I really didn't want this kind of match to go over a couple hours if there is like a kind of rain delay a lot of the time. So a very good point here, just putting that ball over him, getting a chance to serve it out here at 3-1 is going to be key to going forwards and or hopefully finishing this match before it started pouring down. Great back behind there from my opponent. Utilised kind of that T-serve as well really nicely. Great ball to drive and volley off. And you know, he's putting me under some pressure. If he can hang on, it's going to be a little bit of a tight service game, this next one for me. You see me there standing super wide, really trying to get that out wide serve, baiting him to try and go down the line, which did end up working. And again, just absolutely crunching these returns here, going straight at him on that ball, which should have been a put away, but then finishing at the net here. And with a nice backhand approach, taking this first set 6-1, nice and confident. Hopefully to take this through to the second set as well was my goal. But my opponent was beginning to play, you know, make it more difficult for me. I could definitely feel it. You know, at the beginning of the second set, he had a very positive attitude on the court. You know, really good. So I knew that, you know, it's not going to be like any of those other players that just kind of give up after, you know, kind of a cheap set, if that makes sense. And like I said here, chance for my opponent to break and just putting a very loose volley long. I think just lack of focus, lack of concentration there slightly. So I knew, okay, got to break back here in this game to really start putting some pressure on. Literally kind of burned myself on that return. A little bit too much of a hard court return, that one. But I get a break point nevertheless, being nice and aggressive with that forehand inside out, coming to the net, putting that smash away. Once again here, my opponent with breakpoint chances. I wasn't serving the best in this match. I think I wasn't making enough first serves, and the slow conditions kind of made it difficult for my serve to kind of do a lot of damage. You can see me there, that slice just travelling long. You know, my opponent getting the break back, and you know, this game was going to be crucial not to just let him right back into this match. Great angle there from me. Wasn't trying to go so wide, but ended up doing the job. And you know, 4-2 now on serve, now in the leading position. Now it's all about closing. 2 backhand returns to finish. What a way to finish that match. So overall, after that match, I thought I played a pretty solid performance. I think that I was able to kind of move the ball around nicely, be very aggressive and finish with a few shots. Sometimes a little bit too relaxed, I want to say, but overall a very strong start to the week. And now I want to say a big thank you to the sponsor of today's video, Tennis Manager. Now just this week, Tennis Manager 2024 was released on PC and Mac. Tennis Manager is the best depiction of the tour and allows you to take the role of a coach and a manager and manage your own tennis academy with loads of different areas like on-court coaching, scouting new players, and loads more. It also has over 2,000 different events, from junior events all the way to Grand Slams, and over 5,000 different players to help scout and build your best tennis academy with. And to show you guys how it works, I'm going to be managing myself with the manager characteristics of technician. So let's create the Tennis Brothers Academy. I'm going to select myself as the player. So here you can see my profile. My goal is to enter the Wimbledon wildcard playoffs. I've trained a lot and progressed on loads of different attributes. So as you can see, I can see exactly what's going on my match here with Emery, and that was a decent shot. I need some more of those. And with some good results in the ITFs and the Challenger events, I've got my chance to play in the Wimbledon wildcard playoffs against the one and only Marcus Willis, who I actually played in a Challenger event earlier this year in doubles, but now I've got to beat him in singles. And after a strong start, we're 2 sets to love up with an ace to finish that set. So I think now we're going to go full offensive game plan and see if we can close it out. But now's where you can get involved. If you want to guess the final score of this match between me and Marcus Willis, then leave a comment down below. I'm going to be choosing the 2 closest guesses to both get a free copy of the game on June 8th. And I'll post the results on Instagram. Check the link in the description to go grab Tennis Manager with a 10% discount. Once again, thank you to Tennis Manager for sponsoring this video. Now let's get back to it. That was on Sunday, so now I'm going to play on Monday against a strong player, so I definitely have my work cut out for me, but I prepared in the best way possible, so let's see how it went. Now obviously to the second round, playing Radovan, very strong player, played a lot of club matches from what I heard and beat some very good opponents. This one here at 2-1, he's serving good. He's kind of had a good start. Now for me, it's all about trying to kind of negate this break, try and break back. He was obviously a much more consistent player than my first opponent. Getting that net cord there, taking the ball nice and early, and just wrong-footing me. I felt like my timing, in these different conditions, was crazily different. And I didn't have a great start going down 4-1. I don't think I was using my weapons enough. Like I wasn't doing that 1-2 punch enough to kind of do damage. But I obviously did have games like this where I was super confident, played a lot of balls, nice and aggressive. It's just I don't think I was able to replicate that enough in those early games in the match to be able to really put him under pressure. And I also think that just playing with a little bit more height and shape on those balls on the backhand is going to do me a little bit more. Well, it's going to give me a bit more success at the beginning of this match. And as you can see, going out 5-2 pretty early on wasn't what I was hoping for. It was going to be an uphill battle from here. Just loose errors creeping in here, to be honest, and it's kind of difficult for me to watch because I hate watching matches where I don't play good tennis, and I'm sure you guys can understand. But obviously 6-2, 2-1 down here, I wasn't feeling it. That's just how I felt on the day. I was kind of a little bit sluggish, a little bit unfocused, but that didn't mean that I was necessarily playing bad tennis. My opponent was playing good, and I knew that. I kept a positive mindset, positive attitude, and I think going forwards into a lot more of these points, I was really trying to hustle as much as possible to just try and find that break back, find a chance for him to just slip up, because all it takes is a lapse in concentration for 5-10 minutes, you're back in these matches. But my opponent didn't really slip up. I go 5-1 down, ball landing right on the line there, and yeah, I could tell that this definitely just wasn't my day from how I was playing, and I was very annoyed and disappointed after this match, and I'll talk a little bit more about it in a second. Right guys, so that's definitely not the result that I wanted. Losing quite comfortably to a player that, in my opinion, on a good day I can still beat. And I'll hold my hands up and say I didn't play a good match. I think I was a little bit too rushed. I tried to play too good. And of course I talked about being there for a long period of time, but I still think that on the court, you've got to try and find ways and find solutions, and I wasn't able to do that today. And I think that that's one of the things that goes on kind of behind the scenes, behind the YouTube lens, is obviously having bad days, having bad matches, and nobody wants to post those days. Nobody wants to post those matches. It's very easy to just say, oh, I'll post the good bits. And I think for me it's important to show you guys that the journey isn't just all the way up the whole time. It's going to be ups and downs, and I'm sure a lot of you can relate to having matches where you've just played terrible and you don't know why, you need to have a look back on camera and see really what went wrong, because in the moment you just feel like nothing works. I've gone back with my coach, we've had a look through it, I've done a lot of reflection on that one. I'm now back at home training for some more tournaments, and I'm a lot more optimistic about my strategy, my game plan, my preparation, on how I can kind of go forwards. But enough said on singles, let's talk about doubles. This week I actually played with Yanaki Milev once again. We were actually the seed number 1 for this event, which was the first time ever. First round we played 2 Russian players, and it was a pretty fun match. So doubles, me and Yanaki, now it gets exciting. I really enjoyed the doubles with Yanaki the second week. We decided to team up again for this final week. We didn't have a great start. We go down and break pretty early on. I had some slight kind of issues with my shoulder going into this match, or I was a little bit nervous because I wasn't sure how I was going to be able to play, so I was really just being very careful with that shoulder, playing a lot more touchy shots and not quite getting it right at the beginning of this match. And we go down 2-love, and of course we're the seed number 1s, we're playing 2 wild cards, so obviously we're expected to kind of win this match, of course. But they're playing some lights out tennis, really good doubles, nice and confident at the net, really putting away a lot of balls. And just there for me trying to find the angle, passing Yanaki. And we're about to get double broken for a 3-love deficit to begin this match. Yanaki's volley just travelling long. And I said to him here, look, let's not worry, let's just keep playing our game, keep playing aggressive. And we're gonna find those 2 breaks back. Let's not worry about it. I think we're both good enough players to be able to kind of come back from this. And as you can see here now, playing slightly more, I think energized doubles is the correct word, just kind of hustling a lot more. There you go, putting that ball straight up the middle, and closing the net off. I think that at the beginning we were a little bit on our volleys, a little bit too relaxed. You can see how much I'm moving here at the net, looking for an opportunity. There it is, finding it and putting that through the space, getting that first game on the board off a break, which is super important. I think also like switching in doubles is key, and so always being ready for anything is important. But I think it's always important to just like follow the ball in the doubles. If you hit a ball to the guy at the net, let's say, it's usually going to go. He's going to go to the space and not straight at you. So you can kind of follow the ball and look for an opportunity to really be aggressive. And Yanaki with the huge forehand, going 3-all, and we're back into this first set. And I think again here we began to relax. That we'd kind of come back in a way. So obviously 4-3 up, we're still in the lead, but I think that here again they began to relax a little bit and kind of play some much better tennis. That's just kind of how it goes. It's good reactions volley for me there, following the ball like I said a bit earlier, and a sudden death juice. Winner takes this point. 4-all and 5-3 is a huge difference. Yanaki just getting a little bobble before he hit that forehand, but again I said to him, look mate, don't worry, I'm going to hold here on serve, just put those volleys in. And we go 5-4, 40-love to them. They play, I remember this game, they played very, very solid, 3 or 4 solid points, and not being able to put that ball away. But putting the second one away, some good hands there for myself, unfortunately not on an important point. And once again, just absolutely hustling, not quite being able to get that volley to go 5-all. On serve here, very important ace at 30-all, and a very important serve there at 30-40. Those points are always absolutely key in doubles. Here 6-5 is new ball, so new ball change in the future is at 11 and 13 in main draw. Great running forehand from them, and this tiebreak, every point is going to be so crucial to see who can get the win in this first set here, because a match tiebreak was definitely not something we wanted to be playing against these guys. 4-all, absolutely huge point here. Yanaki with the great forehand up the line, huge confidence. It's me serving here at 6-5. They put the ball long. We take the first set 7-6, got the pump out. Now I said let's not have the same start as we did in this first set, please. Let's try and close it out here, because we were playing some very good doubles. And right here they played this first game some solid tennis, but we gave them 1 or 2 mistakes, I think, and that kind of cost us a little bit of the momentum from winning that first set. So now it's kind of again an uphill battle in the second set after they go 2-1 up, going straight at Yanaki at the net, 3-1 on serve, and he just unleashes a cannon. I think a little bit of anger from him from getting broken, but here again it's a nice little backhand angle run into the net here from me. I'm looking for where I can play the ball. Yanaki's just tanked it at the guy at the net. A great backhand return. this game was going to be crucial as well. This point is huge. Great ball, great volley from the opponent there, and a nice backhand volley from myself. Just putting that pressure on. Yanaki scrambling, hits the line. Can't quite get that ball over, and I know how important that point was, but ace from Yanaki there, sudden death juice. I said to Yanaki, I'm just going to stay, you rally in the cross, be nice and aggressive. I'm going to look for a chance if I get one. And our opponent not doing quite enough, and me coming across, we're getting the pump out because we both knew how important that was. Followed very swiftly by another sudden death juice, which once again, as you can see, 2 points dictate pretty much who wins this set. And Yanaki with the one-hander, ludicrous. This guy is insane. Insane one-hander backhand at sudden death juice. And again, this game as well, a third in a row. Great forehand up the line. Very high volley. I'm not sure what I was doing there. Tried to close it off and they miss. So we go 5-4 up. So it just shows how three kind of points can make a huge difference. And again, following the ball, serving for the match now. 30 love, 40 love, and now we're in the driving seat, and we managed to win this match for another 2 ATP points. And so after winning that first match, it guaranteed another 2 ATP points, moving me up the rankings. However, the second match we weren't able to get on camera, so we unfortunately lost 7-5, 6-3 to 2 Czech players who ended up losing 11-9 in the final. But again, a reasonably positive week, and now I'm back home training, ready for some more tournaments, I think in Bosnia next week. So I'm super excited for that. I hope you are too. Make sure to like and subscribe. Like I said, next week there's a very exciting video coming up, and yeah, I hope you're excited for it because it's the best one I think on the channel so far.